Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Geshi. Today, I'm going to talk about a topic entirely in English. I believe it's crucial to speak in English occasionally, as the focus of my channel is to share methods for improving conversational English skills. You want to be convinced that spending your time on my channel is worthwhile, right? Today's topic is learning a new language grants a way to overcome boundaries. Since most of you were born and raised in Japan, you were brought up immersed in Japanese culture, which sensed your common sense. It's not easy to break free from this already cultivated foundation. However, once you experience life outside Japan, your foundation senses could be challenged by cultural differences. Today, I'm gonna share how encountering diverse cultures helped me break down my perceived notions and how it has positively affected my life. After watching this video, you might gain insights you have never had before, which could motivate your English studies. So, please stay tuned to today's video until the end. And if you find that my channel might offer some useful tips for improving your English, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Okay, let's get started. My wife and I tend to discuss everything openly. We often talk about the events of the day and keep each other updated. For us, this is very normal. But it seems like not everyone around us feels the same. We seem to have a particularly good relationship compared to others. But when most people around talk about their families, it often seems to be in the form of complaints. I have always wondered why most Japanese people tend to speak ill of their families. I married with my wife because I love her. It's quite simple. However, looking around, it feels like very rare to encounter people who openly praises their spouses in Japan. But instead, you often hear complaints about their wives, husbands, or even children. Of course, relationships evolves from dating to marriage to having children. But for my wife and me, the romantic sense we had when dating is almost gone. However, a true sense of family has sprouted. I definitely take it in a good way that my love has not changed. On the other hand, in my experience, many foreigners tend to speak very positively about their families, saying things like, "My husband is incredible, my wife is great." I even met this woman who says, "My mother is sexy." Such statements would be quite rare among Japanese. Don't you think so? I have pondered this difference and think a significant cause might be that the Japanese culture has a shallower respect for the individual. I wonder if Japanese people tend to criticize their family members because they regard them insiders and feel like they own them or consider them as a part of themselves. Honestly, I've always disliked the notion that we're family, so it's okay. I've always thought that even within a family, people are individuals with different thoughts. However, this we're family notion seems deeply ingrained in Japanese culture, sometimes obscuring the true nature of individuals due to unconditional special treatment, leading to ungrounded beliefs in trust and loyalty. However, it's also possible for family members to break the law. Even the worst criminals also have families, right? So, even though it may sound cold, I believe it's essential to be honest and rational even with family, and it's not strange if some family members don't get along and reasonably distance oneself if necessary. That's my thoughts. Well, then, how about overseas? This is merely my impression, received from the foreigners I've met, spoken in my own thoughts. But it seems to me that foreigners often respect even their families and lovers as others. This is possibly due to a value system that respects the individuality of each person more deeply rooted in Japan, allowing every individual, even those in close relationships like couples and families, to walk their independent paths in life. Let's take divorce as an example. In Japan, when a married couple with children gets divorced, one parent usually gets custody, and it's common to strictly limit the non-custodial parent's access to the children. The non-custodial parent may only see their children once a week, or in some cases, once a month. In some cases, they're even asked not to see their children at all forever. However, I find this highly questionable, as the reason for the parents' divorce often doesn't relate to children. From children's perspective, both individuals are their parents. And if the parent-child relationships are harmonious, the collapse of the parents' relationships and subsequent divorces shouldn't affect the children. What's more perplexing is that, in cases where the custodial parent remarries, it's common for children to be asked to call the new spouse mother or father. This is truly incomprehensible to me because the children already have a biological father or a biological mother. This new person brought into their lives by their parent is in fact neither their mother nor their father. Viewing it this way, it seems that Japan heavily values conformity to societal frameworks over individual feelings. I want to compare this once again with overseas perspectives. I have once lived in Canada and had a short-term homestay with a Canadian family. The family consisted of a Canadian couple and one daughter. I initially thought that the couple were married, but they were in fact just partners, both having children from previous relationships. The daughter was a mother's child from a previous relationship, and the daughter recognized the man as her mother's boyfriend and distinguished him clearly from her biological father. The mom and daughter even talked about their biological father to mom's boyfriend, and even sometimes visit the shop run by the biological father, bringing the boyfriend together. I, being on a homestay, actually has visited the shop along with them. But it seemed like the biological father and the mom's boyfriend had a trusting relationship, as if they were comrades who loves the same woman. It's interesting, right? And I actually love it. I often mention this in the various conversations that it seems to me that many foreigners truly value living in the present moment, cherishing their current happiness and the happiness of those who they care about, prioritizing the now over the past and the future. The presence of many people who possesses such a mindset may naturally facilitate mutual respect and understanding. Conversely, in Japan, following established rules is prioritized over one's feelings, and compliance is equated with cooperation and morality, even when the rules don't apply to an individual. I believe this mindset could be responsible for the harsh judgments faced by those whose actions deviate from the generalized rules. Being in Japan and having conversations exclusively with Japanese people limits the opportunities to make such comparisons and to expand the variations in thinking. Language may be considered trivial by some, but I have realized its potential to influence every aspect of life profoundly. Thank you for watching today's video all the way through. These are all my thoughts from my experience, so you may have other thoughts and opinions of your own. If you do so, please leave a comment to share yours on the topic. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and share my channel with your friends. I really appreciate it, and it really encourages me a lot. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so and stay tuned for upcoming updates. Thanks again. I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.